Hello, friends. Welcome to Daily Flow Yoga and Meditation. My name is James. In this week of the power of yes, the power of welcoming in the new, the challenging, the unexpected, we'll start with a slow flow that invites you to prepare for some more challenging things to come on Friday. Coming into a hero's pose. So, it is important here that you feel some connection of your sits bones to the floor. If that is not happening for you, if this seems crazy, it seems crazy to me for a long time, actually, to feel comfortable in this shape. You're more than welcome to take a block or anything really, a cushion, anything that gets your bum a little higher. That might feel nice to you. But bring the knees to touch. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Place your palms facing down on your thighs. Allow your eyes to flutter closed and arrive in your breath. Take your attention to the space just beneath you. So imagine the space in front of your sits bone. Take your attention to the floor beneath you. Maybe rock back and forth a little bit. Find that connection of your sits bones to the mat or to whatever surface is beneath you. Now really actively press down as though you're trying to separate your sits bones from one another. Maybe push down gently into your thighs to help lift the heart and help deepen that connection. Now shift your attention to the space just in front of your sitting bones, the pelvic floor, the perineum, space behind the genitals, whatever you want to call it. As you press down through the sits bones, start to find that little lift through that pelvic floor. So I sometimes imagine that there's a sort of a thread coming up through the base of the pelvic floor from the outside, coming up towards the heart, almost like a little strand I could pull up straight through the center of the heart, through the throat, and out the top of my head. And when I do that, you may have even seen it, I start to find a little natural lift in the belly. I don't have to think about pulling it in or anything like that. It just sort of happens that when we find that lift, this all clears out of the way a bit. So two separate activities happening here. I'm pressing down in the sits bones. I'm lifting up in the pelvic floor. Close your eyes. Breathe. Interlace your fingers in front of your heart. And then turn that interlaced fist inside out. Push it forward, round through the shoulder blades. So separate as though you're in a cat shape. As you inhale, sweep those hands overhead. The palms face towards the ceiling. Once again, remind yourself of your strong seat. Inhale, and as you exhale, take the right fingertips to the right, take the left up by your ear. If you energize a bit through the right hand, it helps to keep the pelvis nice and level. And then as you exhale, take that left hand outside the right thigh, float the right fingertips behind you. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist a bit more deeply. Inhale, float the right arm up by the ear, and as you exhale, cross it over. We've done these before. As you inhale, sit up. You can either find an eagle wrap of the arms, which I like, or you can hold opposite shoulders. Once again, remind yourself of the floor. That's why we're doing this, so that everything rises up and out of that strong seat. Asana actually means strong seat. Asana is what we call the physical practice of yoga. Go ahead and release your interlaced arms. Take your hands back into prayer at heart center. Interlace the fingers. If you notice which thumb was on top before, maybe you put the other one on top this time. And as you exhale, press that forward and away, round the back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take your side bend. Left fingertips come to the mat. Right, reach overhead. Look up to the right. Use that left hand to help anchor both sits bones evenly. As you exhale, right hand floats down. Left hand floats back. Inhale, sit up taller. Exhale, twist more deeply. Inhale, floats the left arm up. Exhale, crosses it over. Inhale, sit up. Maybe eagle wrap. Maybe hold opposite shoulders. Here for a couple of breaths. Anchor down to lift up. Exhale, release all of that. Walk yourself forward to all fours for your cat and your cow. It might be nice to extend your right leg long, tuck the right toes, and just give a little rock forward and back. And set that right knee down, send the left knee back. You just pulled up some blood in those knees, so this will be a nice release, reopening for that, which is the point of that shape, by the way. And then set that knee back down. Knees, one round of cat and cow. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine. We're going to do some twists here. So float the right arm up high to sky. Really anchor down in the left hand. See if you can get those shoulders stacked. And as you work to stack the shoulders, see if you can even out the hips. So the twist is happening all through the rib space. Inhale. As you exhale, thread the needle. So you're taking your right ear to the mat. Your right hand threads underneath the left. And then maybe you walk your left hand forward. Notice if your hips went uneven. I noticed all the weight went into my left knee, so I'm going to re-energize to see if I can square them up. Then I'm going to remind myself to tuck that tailbone under a bit and find that little lift in the pelvic floor. Inhale and exhale. As you inhale, walk the left hand back in and float the right arm back up. Exhale, set it down. We'll do the other side. Inhale, float the left arm high to sky. Again, notice. So did you see my left hip went out? So I'm going to try to square that up. Really energize evenly through both legs. Inhale. Exhale, thread that needle. Get the left ear to the mat as I am able. Then maybe walk that right hand forward. Breathe, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, bring the right hand back in and float the left arm back up. Exhale, set it down. One round of regular cat and cow. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Walk yourself to sit on your heels. Gather the legs and knees to touch if that's comfortable for you. And then rise up onto your knees. Now, if your knees bother you at all, you might want to cushion them up with some towels or a blanket, something like that. Lift the heart. As you inhale, float the arms up by your ears. As you exhale, swim the arms back. Allow the hands to land on the low back. Actually, the palms or the heels of the hands are almost really down on the glutes, and my fingertips are pointing up. Hug those elbows under. Use the arms to press the hips a bit forward. Now remind yourself of that lift in the pelvic floor. Remind yourself of leaning into your low ribs. Release the head back if it's comfortable for you. And if it's comfortable for you, you can also release the hands back to the heels or to blocks. Lift the heart, inhale. Exhale, sit up, release the hips. We're coming into a child's pose. I'm actually taking off my hat for this. Release the forehead to the mat. Thighs stay together. Arms travel back alongside you. Notice how resting your chest on your thighs helps to release through that upper back. Breathe. Take your hands to hold your heels. And once again, just like we did for that camel pose, find the tops of the shins and start to press down through the tops of the shins to roll onto the top of the head. So the crown of the head is on the mat. We're activating that crown chakra. We're also preparing for what it will be like to someday stand on our heads. Feel that scooping out of the low belly. Feel that lift of the pelvic floor. You don't have to come all the way to the crown of your head. You can come more to the hairline space. And then exhale, lower that back down. Breathe. We'll do that twice more. We'll do that twice more. The point is mostly to get used to what it is to have some weight on our head. This is called a rabbit pose. And it'll prepare us for headstands and deeper core work that we'll do on Friday. Give it a shot. Coming back to your child's pose. Hands reach back. Maybe they hold the heels. Maybe not. It's okay if they're soft on the floor beside you or energized long beside you. And then just start to press through the tops of the shins, scoop out the belly, come to the head. Good. Feel that little lifting of the pelvic floor. So you're essentially in a deeper expression of a cat shape in terms of your back. Inhale. Exhale, release. Child's pose, 2 breaths, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Return your hands to your heels. Inhale. Exhale, press down, roll onto the crown of the head. Open your eyes. Observe. You're upside down. It goes against a lot in our being to be upside down. Go ahead and release all of that down. Maybe give the hips a little shimmy. Shake the head yes and no. Feel good. It's good to feel good. And then walk yourself up to sit. I'm putting my hat back on. come to your seat. We'll do a little bit of easy core work here. I shouldn't say easy. We'll do a little bit of less intense core work here to wrap up. So coming down onto your back, stacking the knees over the hips, reach your fingertips long beside you, and then just press down through the low back and lift up the shoulder blades and the head. Really reach forward. Inhale, sweep your arms by your ears. Exhale, swim the arms out, almost like you're swan diving forward. Inhale, float by the ears. Exhale, sweep around, lift the heart a bit higher as you reach those fingertips. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, float them around and then give the knees a little bit of a hug. Roll the back out one way and the other. Plant the feet, allow the knees to knock into the midline, wrap the shoulder blades under. This is option 1 for your rest. Option 2, you can take the soles of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana or Shavasana. Just a few breaths here. If you want to take a little longer in your rest, I encourage that. But in the interest of time, I'll conclude this video. Begin walking your feet in. Roll gently onto either side. And come to sit. Take your time, no rush. The light that is in me bows to and honors the light that is in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like, share, and follow dailyflow.yoga.